So first what I would think is I'm going to divide this image into half, okay? Because I've got the top of the tree to the bottom is about the same as the top of the cup to the bottom, okay? So I'm just going to make, sorry, let me scoot over for you. I'm just going to make a little mark of what's what. Can you see that? Yes. So I've got my mug.
Can I borrow a pencil? Thank you.
So I've got this ellipse is probably about that width. And then I've got an ellipse that should match right below. Okay, so I want it to be same width. And then what I'm going to do is show this curve here. And I won't see that back, and I'm not going to see this part. I like that I'm holding an eraser but not using it. Okay, and then the next thing I want to do is center my tree. Sometimes we can get a little crooked or a little off. Okay, that'll be our center. We can also decide where this handle is going to go. Actually, a little bit higher up. And I've got roughly a little circle area down here. It really doesn't come very far out from the actual cup. And that's all I want for proportion right now. I'm not doing any more detail, okay, to the cup. So then what I'm going to do is concentrate on this tree. So I would say the trunk comes about to here. And then I want to really decide how wide this trunk's going to be. I've got some liquid in the cup here. So I would say our tree trunk width is about good right there. And then I really look at the branches. We don't have to do as many branches as they did. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 main branches that I want to focus on right now. Okay, so I'm going to look at my biggest ones first. And kind of look at this negative area. I want to show you what I'm talking about. The negative space here, here, and here will help me proportion my thicker branches. And again, it doesn't have to be exact, but if you're kind of close, that will help you. Sometimes what people will do that's a mistake with trees is they'll make the branches up here way too fat that the trunk wouldn't support it. So if this was an actual tree, that would snap. So kind of think of that as you're drawing your main branches off of the trunk. Okay, then I look at that and I'm like, yeah, to me that's believable. That's tree. I've got this cool root that comes down. I'm just going to suggest right now that that's that. Okay, now what we can do is go in and add a little bit more detail to the branches that we've put in here. So this divides here. This comes down here. And this one has a division a couple times. And like I said, we're not going to mimic every branch exactly because that would be so painstakingly boring and take forever. So now at this point, what I want to do, I have that detail done, is just get the shape of the actual tree up here now. Okay, and then I can really just gesture some of these branches. I'm not going to do much detail at all because it is a daily sketch. This might be a fun project, or not project, just more detailed sketch later if you wanted to go in and add lots of detail. But I'm just going to give the idea that there's a lot of branches coming off. Okay, and I'm going to feel good about that. Just for the amount of time we want to spend today on this. Okay, now let's look at the face. So the face is pretty cool. You've got the mouth and it's very low. So see where the cup would come over? That's about where the mouth is. So I'm just going to, you kind of have this, it dips here, and then there's the top of the lip. and then all you have is the bottom of the lip. And then you have your nose. So how far up from the top of the lip to the bottom of the nose, kind of gauge. And it's this wide, big character kind of nose. And you've got these, like, the idea that these are the cheek. What do you call that? Just a crease in the cheek. Make sure you're lined up too, because the lip, that dip would be about, you know, where your nose curves down there. Okay, and then the eyes, you've got where the eyebrow bone, you know, your eye bone here, and then this comes down. And then the eyes are kind of easy because there's not any detail to the eyes. They're just these plain open eyes, and then they have the old man saggy eyes here. Okay, I don't mind if you change the look of the face on the character. That's fine too. And then it looks like it's got some shading. If you're like, yeah, this doesn't look great, I want to shade, go ahead. You can add a little bit of shading. That kind of helps. I'm not going to require you guys to shade. I am going to go back through now, and I'm going to darken up my cup lines. I'm going to go through now and draw my handle. If you guys want to start drawing, if you haven't yet, go ahead.
Haley Black, come to the office. Haley Black, come to the office.
Just remember, branches are very organic. So especially with this sketch, you're not going to get any straight angles like this. They're all going to be curved and these branches don't ever end like this. These just kind of fade out. They're twiggy. And then if you want to go in and gesture some leaves, that might just take a million years, but if you're wanting to, go ahead. And even if you just get to this point, great.